The common idea of discipline is that you go to the gym when you don't want to go to the gym. You eat the food that you need to eat when you don't want to do that. You don't eat the bad food when you want to eat the bad food. You do the work where you don't want to do the work. That is only one facet of discipline. Many people think that the physical aspect is the only one. They don't realize that there are many other facets. The brain and your thoughts and your behavior is a disciplined act. You can use discipline on it. If you think negative thoughts pretty often, the human mind is predispositioned to think negatively, because it helped us back in the days, in the Stone Ages, to survive. Because if you thought negatively about something, like you're not sure if that's a lion or if it's a rock, but better to think that it's a lion and run away than think it's a rock and approach. You have a larger chance to survive then. In today's world, that isn't maybe the best thing, because we have a lot safer world, so being skeptic of everything, being paranoid of everything is not healthy for you. It's not good for mental health, and that's why you need to use discipline to train your thoughts, to keep your thoughts on good thoughts, to keep them healthy. Many ways you can do this include gratitude journaling. You can decide if you want to do it in the morning or in the afternoon. I often do it in the afternoon, but I have heard that many people do it in the morning so that they start their day off with some gratitude, so they're happy in the morning, and that just leads to a better day overall. What you do is you take your journal, you have a pen, and then you start writing, I'm grateful for, and then you write what you're grateful for. I can come up with anything. I'm grateful for my water bottle. I'm grateful for the stand that I'm recording with. I'm grateful for my laptop. I'm grateful for my mouse stand, or the thing that when I drag around my mouse follows it. Who has thought of that? And you're grateful for that. Something little like this. Who thinks of that? The average person doesn't think of anything grateful in their day. But this just improves your mental health and the things you're grateful for. Sure, you may not express it, but you are getting better at it. The more you do it, the better you feel. What I did when I started this, what you're probably also going to try to do, is I wrote the same thing again and again, basically. So I wrote yesterday that, oh, I'm grateful for nature, and I'm grateful for my friends, and then the next day I wrote, I'm grateful for nature, because I didn't come up with anything. But that's a challenge. That's where you use discipline. Use discipline to think of things you are grateful for. You may not directly think that, oh, well, I'm grateful for my pen. But then you think, well, I wouldn't have been able to journal in my journal if I wouldn't have this pen, which I don't have in my hand currently, but still. Okay, I quickly had to get it, the pen I journal with, just to show you. So, this pen I journal with, I bought this because I got inspired by someone on the internet. I didn't want just to have a normal pen. This pen I have journaled a lot with. This pen has held my emotions. This pen has held the weight of my shoulders when I have written on a journal. This pen has basically been the transferer of my thoughts into paper. This pen has helped me reduce the stress and anxiety I had. This pen has helped me sleep. This pen has helped my sleep quality. This pen has basically changed my life, even if it's just a little object like this, a $5 object. But this pen has helped me tremendously. How often do I or you stop in your everyday life to actually appreciate this? When I now recorded this now, I'm actually getting almost tears in my eyes because of how grateful I am for this pen. Because this pen, as I just told you, is what has helped me a lot. Even if I don't think about it when I use it, even if I don't remark on it, it is still doing it. What would I have used then if I wouldn't have used this pen to write on my paper? I might have used another pen, but then that pen is the thing to be grateful about. If you have a house, if you have a roof, be grateful about having a roof over your head. Not everyone in the world has that. Be grateful for it. Another thing you can do, a disciplined act with your brain to actually become more grateful also, is negative visualization. Visualizing about positive things, about you achieving your goals. That's great. But there's another more powerful method, and that's being negative in your visualizations. You visualize, what if I wouldn't have this arm? What if I wouldn't have my right arm? Imagine how my life would feel then. Imagine how different I would need to act in my everyday life. Imagine who I would be if I didn't have my right arm. I would need to do everything with my left hand, and it would be so different. Now I'm suddenly grateful for this arm that I have. It's these little things that we take for granted that actually give us the most fulfillment, the most joy. Another thing, I can just give you another example of a thing I've been grateful for. This is just like to cheer me up sometimes. It's really weird, to be fair, but when you look at your feet, look at your toes, you have 5 basically. Well, they help you balance, but they are basically useless otherwise. So you have 5 clumps of mass of some skin and some muscles on your feet, or some fat or whatever. You have 5 of them, and they're just like there. You have your foot, and then you have those small things sticking out. For some reason, I'm just grateful for them, and it's just really funny how they are and how they move. That sounded weird probably, but it's just a small thing, but it has so many times cheered me up thinking about, oh well, think I have feet, you know, I have toes. Many people don't think like this, and that's the bad thing about this world, because many people are depressed. That's a real and true phenomena in this modern day society. More and more people are becoming depressed. More and more people are letting themselves down and just letting themselves get into ruts. Sure, everyone gets into ruts, but like staying in the rut, staying in the bad place. And this habit of gratitude journaling, it will help so many people in the world. And not just gratitude journaling, but also just thinking. When you get a negative thought that, oh, what if I'm not enough? What if I won't succeed on that exam? Whatever. Bring it back to, well, I'll do my best in the exam. I try my best. And if it doesn't succeed, then what does it matter? It's an exam. You do the things that are in your control. You take responsibility of those things. But everything that isn't in your control, like the Stoics said, let that go. Choose what to give a fuck about. As the book by Mark Manson says, choose what you care about, because you cannot care about everything in the world. That's not possible, that's not humanly possible, because you don't have that capacity. You always have to decide, as your brain does with what information it gives to you, because around us there's constantly happening things. There's a lot of noise, there's a lot of random sounds, but your brain filters that out and chooses what is important to display to you. Do the same thing with your mind, with your thoughts, and be disciplined with that. This is also about just being able to say no to bad things, to say yes to what is good for you. Meditating is really helpful for being able to control your thoughts. You get better at controlling your thoughts, at thinking clearer, of getting better ideas when you meditate. Why I'm pointing here is because this is where I meditate basically every single day in the morning. This is my reading corner and my meditation corner. I have a specific spot for it because otherwise I don't know if I would do it. This is a safe space for me where I meditate, and that just also builds the identity for me of being a meditator, of actually doing those habits, and having a specific environment for that is really helpful. It's no wonder that you relapse on your habits when you're at home or when you're in your bed scrolling. That's no wonder. That's just the environment you have associated with that bad habit. And that's why it's good to move around some things, to change some things, because that just gives you a revamp. It's like starting a new chapter in your life. So basically, to recap this video, to do the physical things you don't want to do is a big part of discipline, but it also applies to just how you think, how you're behaving, how you are feeling. That's just a real big part of it. And journaling and meditation are really important, especially gratitude journaling. Normal journaling is fine. I do it also about my thoughts, to break them down and see what are the thinking patterns and what is wrong with my thinking and whatever. But gratitude journaling, just being grateful for what you have, for what you don't have, for everything basically. Because you can basically find anything to be grateful for. That's just really powerful. If you want to take the gratitude journey to the next step, you can also, if you have one thing like my pen, you say, as I said earlier in the video, how everything what this pen has helped me with. So basically, by extension, I'm grateful for the people in China or Taiwan or wherever they built this. I'm grateful for the people that did this. I'm grateful for the company. I'm grateful for that. By extension, those have helped me. So I'm grateful for you watching until this part video, and see you next time.